Hi, good afternoon to you all, ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. I'm back again, or should I say I'm here again? Yeah, I'm back for more football context, but this one I'm going to be doing a roundup on my recording. So I'm going to be doing my roundup based on the Premier League games that I've watched this season. Well, this season. Oh, this weekend, should I say? And there'll be some interesting talking points. So I'm going to go by match and what I've witnessed on Match of the Day 1 and 2. So if you enjoy the context, if you've got an opinion, then leave it in my comment section below. Smash the thumbs up, like button, and do subscribe to my channel. That's myself, DLG Reppin. Thank you so much. Right, first game I'm going to talk about, what's the first game? Yeah, the Merseyside derby. What a full-blown game it was. There were some, tackles up and down the fixtures in the Premier League, and there was some tenacity. And for me, let's talk about the tackle. For me, I say that Jordan Pickford is lucky to escape punishment from the Football Association. For me, he deserves to be in court for what he did to Van Dijk. He's gone in with a lot of malice and a lot of intention to harm Van Dijk more than to stop Van Dijk from scoring a goal or to make a genuine save. It was nothing but reckless and a touch of fugness into that tackle, and fuggery, should I say, into that tackle. He deserved a red, like Richarlison did. That tackle Richarlison committed on Thiago Alcantara, friggin' sickness, man. That is just, that's premeditated. That's got a touch of premeditation. Liverpool fans, Everton fans, if you want to agree or disagree, Everton fans, I don't care if you agree or disagree, yeah? If you watch football and you love the beautiful sport for what it is, you know he had to go. Forget that he wears a blue shirt of the Toffees. He had to go for a reason. And that's sickening. That tackle. Other than that, it was an enjoyable game of football for me. I mean, Liverpool got off to the best start possible within the early minutes of the game, or early minutes of the first half, and Sadio Mane getting onto the score sheet as he's been doing for Liverpool in recent times since he signed for Southampton. That's what you expect from him. Nice, neatly finished. Robertson done well there on the left, and he's cut back cross, found Mane. He couldn't miss a target from there. Michael Caine's header from an equaliser. Good cornering, and I think Adrian's got to be stronger in his hands, but there you go. I think most Liverpool fans want him out of the door, if I'm being totally honest with you. And then Salah gets a superb strike in the second half, and what a strike it was. Goalkeepers don't save them. I mean, yeah, Liverpool were in the ascendancy, and then our man of the season, player of the month, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, gets up from a superb Luca D cross, and what a cross it was. And the header, the technique of it, wow, that's what you call heading it back from where it came from, and he did just that, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That's a good header. So yeah, finished 2 apiece. I think that was a Merseyside derby that was worth a watch. The last 3 have been 0-0, but this one was worth a watch. I mean, man of the match performances, Thiago Alcantara, with that blind pass to Mane. He cuts it back and Henderson scores what was a legitimate goal. How the fuck was that offside on Mane's part? What part was offside? They even showed a computer graphic, and you can clearly see that Sadio Mane was onside. You know, if you're going to get the rules, if you're going to create the rules, they've got to be correct. And that was a ridiculous decision. And I blame the plonker sitting in the room in Stockley Park because I don't know what his eyes see. Stevie Wonder and David Blunkett can see that was onside. That Sadio Mane was onside. So can I. And so can millions of football fans up and down the planet. But that one plonker, he had other ideas. Well, thanks a lot because, well, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'd say thanks a lot because you possibly could have cost them, if not the title, you cost them 2 valuable points. And Everton remain top of the league. So next Saturday's game, moving on. Chelsea 3, Southampton 3. Now, Chelsea were in cruise control. What a solo goal by Timo Werner. That is no surprise. That's the ability that he brings to Chelsea with 45 million spent on him. I mean, he can do that sort of thing. That's in his ability. Scoring goals and assists. And this is a scoring goal moment for Timo Werner. His first Premier League goal. You know, that was... well, money don't buy them sort of ability, that type of ability, should I say. And he took his goal well. His header, he couldn't miss the target from there. But Southampton, in Danny Ings, they will always have a goal scorer who can get them back into the game. And that's exactly what he did. A nice goal for me. And then Southampton get an equaliser. And a deserved equaliser, I think. Or was it against the run of play? I didn't catch the highlights. I can't remember what I exactly saw, but I thought it was a deserved equaliser. Then Chelsea got up the other end and make it 3-2. And just when you think, just when you think Southampton were going to give up, and then Walcott, it was written in the stars, was it? He will score the equaliser on his return back to Southampton. Wow. I mean, Frank Lampard, he's got to look at that defence of his. It's a very average defence at the moment, and they're not a defence. They're just individuals who are put in as a back four, but they're performing averagely, that defence, and that's going to cost them points, 2 and 3 points somewhere down the line. And I'm not convinced Chelsea can challenge for the league title. Maybe that's my opinion, but that's my opinion. But if you want to comment, have your opinion, but be respectful. Because on the common grounds, we respect each other's opinion, and especially on my channel, yeah? Thank you. Southampton fans, I think you'll be more pleased with the points. And I haven't caught what both Ralph Hasenhüttl and Frank Lampard had to say on that game. But I know that Jurgen Klopp was seething about that decision, and rightfully so. He has every right to seethe. Carlo Ancelotti will be pleased with the 2 points, or with the point. I think he will be pleased. But hands on heart, he knows that was a Liverpool winner. It should have been 3-2 instead of 2-2. So, I just want to clarify. I just want to get that out of the way and clear it. So the next game involving Man City Arsenal, my word. From our part, not enough was done. Yes, we had opportunities, In another day, we could have had 2, if not 3 goals in that first half. But we allowed Man City to dominate because we were set up to pay too much respect for them. Arteta paid too much respect for Pep Guardiola, and you could see it. How Man City controlled possession of the ball by 60+%. And they created the opportunities. And before the first minute, we've conceded a silly goal. And it was complete shambles. I mean, I'm screaming at Arteta for the next game, and I'm demanding that we go into the next game playing the back four and Aubameyang in the middle. I can see it. Again, Stevie Wonder can see it, and David Blunkett can see Aubameyang should play in the middle. If you want to really get the best out of him, if you want to get the goals out of him, then you play him in the middle, not on the wing. He is lost. He is clearly lost. Ineffective. And he has to track back to do a job that he shouldn't really have to do. But I don't mind him tracking back. But I want him in the middle. The sooner it manifests to Arteta, the better. And as for Willian, honestly, I'd rather Reece Nelson play the next game. I don't see what Willian has done to justify playing the next game. He can play against Rapid Vienna or what Vienna, but he should not even, I don't think he should be even considered for the game against Leicester City. That is in my humble opinion. As for Man City, superb. Superb. They were superb at what they did. I mean, if I'm picking a man in the match for Man City, from keeper to attack, Ederson would be amongst the candidates. Defensively, maybe not a defender. Midfield, can't think of a midfielder that would deserve it. Attack, well, you look at the attack and I think Aguero, he wasn't even fully match fit, but he had enough in his tank to cause us problems. Phil Foden, Riyad Mahrez, they were causing us problems when they had the ball. Raheem Sterling, who got the winning goal for me, well, he's another problem. But for our best performer, from our part, was Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, hands down. I can't speak any highly of him. He put in the best fighting performance. He had our best chances on target. And the less said about that, the better. We must do better. So I move on and talk about the next game. What's the next game? Oh, how can I forget the next game? Yes, the next game. Oh, my word. Have I forgotten the next game after that? Yes. No, come on. Come on, let me think. Oh, next game. No, I don't even remember to find out. The next game. Yes, Newcastle United v Manchester United. Sorry, it took me a little while to figure that one out. Newcastle Man United. Well, they went a goal down after a minute or two. Luke Shaw own goal. But Manchester United were always the better team, and I think they dominated the large spell of that game. I mean, Juan Mata, he was brilliant. I heard positive feedback about Juan Mata, how brilliant he was. He's that playmaker in that final third. And Harry Maguire, well, that goal would have done him a world of good. I mean, he's been through a turbulent last couple of weeks and some more. But he got a goal that he deserved. And then Manchester United turned on the style. I mean, despite Bruno Fernandes actually missing a penalty, is he human after all? He was always human. You know, it was just sussing out how to deal with that penalty. And well done, Darlow, because it sounds like he was their best performer. Because Newcastle's defensively, they crumbled, and Manchester United got through them, and they did a remarkable job on them. And the scoreline, well, it reflected the way the game was played. And Man United played the game extremely well. Even Wan-Bissaka on the score sheet. Now, someone quoted that they never knew Wan-Bissaka could shoot. Well, now you know. And Newcastle United know about that. They'll remember not to give him too much space in the final third. Otherwise, they'll get punished again. And Marcus Rashford deserved his goal as well. He caused them an endless amount of problems. So, yep, a deserved 4-1 win for Manchester United. And as for Ollie at the wheel, is it back again? Newcastle fans, have you got anything to say about that performance? Have you got anything to say about how the game went? And Man United fans, is Ollie on the wheel back again? Or is your views, or does your respective views remain the same? Leave it in the comment section below while you're listening. So, on to Sunday's game. And Fulham, yeah, Sheffield United v Fulham. I mean, this is a game of two halves. I mean, I think Fulham win the first half, outperformed. I think they just about outperformed Sheffield United. And Ademola Lookman, what a performance and what a goal. I mean, yeah, he was causing them unrelentless problems. I think Fulham as a whole were causing them unrelentless problems. They had a penalty which was skied by Mitrovic in that second half. But in the first half, I thought it was quite even in terms of chances. And both teams played their part from an offensive point of view. In the second half, Fulham may have started off the brighter of the two sides. And Ashdown pulled off a couple of good stops. And rightfully so. I mean, it took a moment of brilliance from Ademola Lookman. All right, he got lucky on the second. Well, when he went past the second Sheffield United defender, he got lucky there. But it's a moment. Sometimes you need luck in football to be successful. And what a goal it was! The ability, the technical ability alone summed it up about that goal. And if you look at the feet, very quick feet he has, and he got past the two defenders and unleashed an unstoppable left foot drive at the far post, puts it right where the goalkeeper can't get to it. And then the penalty where both players were down, Fulham went up the other end on the attack, and Ashdown made a save from it, which I thought would have been given as a corner. Little do I know, the referee's gone to the video and he's given the penalty. And as you could see, both players' feet were high, but Mitrovic kicked the defender who got to the ball first, and yeah, it's a stonewall penalty. So it was well buried by Billy Sharp, Sheffield United born and bred, I believe. I mean, Sheffield United fans, you can clear that up if you want. And Fulham fans, it's your first point, but I still think it's a long season for you guys, and hence the reason why I feel you're bang on favourites to go down. Sorry to say. I want you guys to come onto my comment section at the end of the season and tell me how wrong I was. But at the moment, it still stands that you're proving me right. However, you did play some nice bit of football on yesterday lunchtime, but it weren't enough. Right, moving on to the next game. Tottenham Hotspur were cruising at 3-0 up, and it ended 3-3. I looked at my sofa score, and I was looking at the diagram. The bottom blue part that goes down, that shows the away team dominating, and the top green part diagram goes up to show that the home team is dominating. And Tottenham were up 3-0 up inside 20 minutes. I mean, Heung-min Son took his goal really well, and that all came after West Ham had an effort on target that was straight at Lloris's throat, and Tottenham go up the other end a few seconds later to score what was a good goal by Heung-min Son. But the defender should be showing him down the right hand side. I don't know who that was, but he deserves every blame possible, because all he has to do is just show him down the line. He should not be allowed to cut in on his right foot to at least an unstoppable strike. And fair play to him and Son. Top world-class striker or attacker. So yeah, they've got the goal, and then Tottenham went into another gear and they got the last two goals. Harry Kane, well, what a good first goal. Tottenham second. Nutmegs Rice and unleashed an unstoppable 20-yarder into the near post that left Fabianski standing and admiring the strike. And then he gets a header from a very good cross by Regelin. If I can pronounce, I've probably butchered his name up, but what a good cross from the left back there. And Harry Kane, there's no way he's going to miss that on the form that he's on. All he had to do is just head it back to where it came from, and there you go. That header was just as good as Calvert-Lewin's one against Liverpool, and it was finished off well. So I can't complain about that. Yes, I'm always going to despise Tottenham, but Tottenham have got good footballers, good professional footballers, two of whom are world class in abundance in Kane and Heung-min Son. Any football fan who wants to detest that argument, you can leave it in the comment section below, and I will have an argument for you. I'll have an argument for you, and I'll stand by my argument. Harry Kane and Heung-min Son are world class attackers, and they're coming at a valuable price. And then, wow, would you have believed the last 8 minutes of that game, where Tottenham were in total cruise control, should I say, and West Ham pull a goal back, and you'd think, it's just a consolation. Unless West Ham can find another goal as soon as possible. And they did. Well, Sanchez did, with an own goal. And then the unthinkable, unstoppable. West Ham get a free kick on their left. Whipped in. The delivery was good. It was half dealt with. Harry Winks should have possibly put his foot through it when he looks at it again. But take nothing away from Lanzini. What a world-class strike. Top bins where it should be put. The technique was unbelievable. And he knew by hitting it, he had to get it at the far post, at the top bins. And he did. And, the pandemonium amongst West Ham fans, wherever they're watching, at the pub or at their mate's house, relative's house, the pandemonium must have been, And David Moyes showing his emotions there. And as he said, it was just a touch of David, please. Get on that pitch, David Moyes, and do that again. I love it. The passion that a manager can show when his team has scored maybe not deserved equaliser, but it was at the expense of Tottenham's collapse. And how many times have we said that over the years? Tottenham collapse. How you got to laugh at Tottenham? You 3-0 up in complete control, and you self-destruct yet again. And the pictures, you could see Harry Kane shaking his head in disbelief. You see one Tottenham player on the floor in disbelief. You couldn't have written it. I gave up and thought, Tottenham going to win this game and go second in the league. Did I swear there? Not. Anyway, moving on. Moving on from Bottle Jobs FC Hotspur to Leicester City 0, Aston Villa 1. Now, I think that was a game of two halves. I mean, Villa, they've got off to a great start. They've defended well. They've got the best defence in the league for the right reasons. And offensively, they took the game to Leicester City, like what West Ham did. And, well, I think maybe Leicester City will be relieved not to be playing teams in claret and blue again. Sorry, Leicester City fans. And, both there were chances creating. Emiliano Martinez made 2 good saves. And I can see why he's proving that Arsenal should not have sold him at any cost. He's made 2 superb saves in that first half, and he's kept his team in the game. And at the same time, Leicester have gone up the other end, and they've created a couple of good chances. Tiedemann unleashing a strike that was well saved by their goalkeeper. That's and then Aston Villa, yeah, they've created chances themselves. And in Ross Barkley and Ollie Watkins, they've got two individuals that can make a difference in any game. And in the second half, well, what a strike by Ross Barkley. I mean, he would not have got the freedom and the time that he has at Aston Villa than he would have had at Chelsea. He was never going to be their first choice on the team sheet. But at Villa, hands down, he's their first choice in that midfield. And for me, what a strike to give Villa the deserved 3 points. And Dean Smith praised his team at the match day interview, and you could hear him praising his team. And as for Brendan Rodgers, well, he said what he had to say. So for me, yeah, it was well deserved, and Villa go on with confidence. The next game I'd like to get onto is a game that I saw. What's the next game? I've spoke about Sheffield United, Fulham, Tottenham, West Ham, Leicester. That's it. The M23 derby between two clubs that you wouldn't think they're local rivals. Well, it all started with Alan Mullery having coffee thrown at him by a Palace fan, and Mullery angered the Palace fan a lot more by saying, "That's all you're worth, Palace," in some spare change that he picked out of his pocket. If that's how true is that, I don't know. But what I saw was a dominating performance by Brighton, who have creativity in their forward line, in their attack, but yet they haven't got the striker. It seems like they haven't got the striker to put away the chances, whereas Palace don't create as many chances as they can. And as for that penalty, never in a billion trillion years that was a penalty. Yes, he a little touch. It was just a little hands on the Palace attacker, Batshuayi, from the defender. But that was never ever a penalty. How on earth did the referee did not go over to the monitor and have a look at that incident? It was never a penalty. It was the softest penalty I've seen possibly this season. But well taken by Wilfred Zaha. And for me, Brighton, even before the penalty, Brighton should have been at least 1, if not 2-0 up with the opportunities they had in the first half. And in the second half, they had enough opportunities to bury Palace. And they had 4 shots on target, over 15 to 20 attempts on goal. And Palace only had 1 moment on target, and that was through the set piece that Wilfred Zaha scored from 12 yards. For me, Palace were lucky to get a point. Brighton scored at the death, but they should have had 3 points. And as for that tackle, it was a malice, reckless challenge. It was a malice challenge by excuse me. Excuse me again. Yeah, it was a malice challenge by Lewis Dunk. He could have broken Gary Cahill's leg. Now, it was said that he was going in to win the game for Brighton. No, he wasn't. He was not going in to win the game. He was going in to actually harm Gary Cahill. But I will give him his prop. He went over to Gary Cahill and apologised for that tackle. Yes, he's frustrated, but he lost his brain. He completely lost his brain. And he did not help himself, his team, the management, the club, and he definitely did not help his fans, Lewis Dunk. It was completely stupid. It was a completely stupid thing to do. He lost his brain, and he got himself a red card, which will mean that he will have to serve the 3-match ban. And he's a big, big part of that team. He's the main centre-half. So, they're going to have to do 3 games without Lewis Dunk. And for me, that's bad enough. And I thought Palace were second best all over that pitch, while Brighton were worthy of winning the game. But, they'll take a point and they'll have to settle for it. I mean, I think Mr. Potter said that they were dominant of the two games, and the two teams, and he made he made a couple of valid points, and I like what I was hearing, and I had to agree with him. Where Roy Hodgson said that maybe we didn't get that second goal. Nah, you weren't good enough, Roy Hodgson. I disagreed with what you were saying. I can't remember everything you said exactly, but you said that you were worthy of you could have had a second goal. What part? You were all over Brighton that dominated the midfield. You couldn't get near them. They were playing through balls through the gate at tight angles. They were getting through Palace's defence. It was just not finishing. It was just finishing that cost Brighton the 3 points. And for me, it ended 1-1. So that concludes my roundup. I would like to say, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys to the girls, thank you for listening, thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for watching. I'll be back this evening with more football context. And if you've got an opinion, if you disagree, if you agree or not, whether you disagree or not, the most common grounds is we can agree to disagree. Just leave it in the comment section below. Smash the thumbs up like button. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's myself, DLG Reppin. You know what you have to do. Smash that subscribe button. Left, right and centre, as I always say, galore. And otherwise, I'll be back this evening. Peace again, love again, and bless again. I'm going to go off from now and say thank you for listening, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the support and love. See you later. Nice.